Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of Captain Morgan Summer Edition Orange Vanilla Twist. According to the label, 30% alcohol by volume, 60 proof. I believe this is a 750ml bottle. They did a slight twist to the logo. He's wearing a bit more Floridian, maybe Californian type design. And stepping on an orange, how clever. Nothing really interesting on the back. Just a standard of the Captain Morgan line. Now, those of you who are a child of the 80s, you will promptly remember they were like an orange vanilla ice cream pop. Very, very popular amongst my generation. So when I saw this on the shelf, I kind of figured that is what might have inspired it. I'm guessing, mind you. Thought it was that dessert. I had to get a hold of it and give it a try. And here we have. It is a light Really? Well, that's interesting. Well, take two. All right, everybody. I will take it that there was a contamination in my glass. There was a slight, what do you call it, a cloud. It was more like a contamination. Just kind of floating around in the bottom of the glass. These distillers are way too good to have something like that happen in the product that goes to bottle. But I have come across it in the past when it came to, say, moonshine, smaller company moonshines. But a huge distillery like Captain Morgan, there's no excuse, and I mean no excuse, for contamination anywhere in the product once it is going off to market. So, let's try this again. Take two. We have a beautiful, it is a golden hue with, believe it or not, a hint of orange in it. Ever so light, but there is a hint of orange. Now that I've distorted everything by throwing it out of the glass, it does have a nice thick layer on top. Does some decent tearing. And it immediately smells like that dessert from the 80s. That orange vanilla pop. Frozen pop thing. Creamsicles. That's what they were called. Creamsicles. It smells exactly like a frozen creamsicle. I mean exactly like a frozen creamsicle. There is hint of ethanol in the back, of course, because it's alcohol. But other than that, you swear it is a creamsicle in your glass. It tastes like a creamsicle that has an odd twist to it. Difficult to put your finger on, but it's there. There is a bit of a burn. Very mild, light bite to the sides of the tongue. It has a long hang time with a bit of a chemical bent in the back of the palate. That would be the ethanol, the chemical, without the alcohol coming up in the very back of the palate. But boy, when you take a sip, it holds on. It stays there for quite a while. The initial creamsicle that you get in the beginning stays for about half of it. Then as it fades out, it's like the mask is slowly being pulled off. And you get that bottom sludge layer of just the raw alcohol. I mean, it's not bad. If anything, if you're a fan of creamsicles, you'll probably really, really like it. I myself was never a huge fan of creamsicles. My wife is, and I've got a couple other friends who we're all similar generation, and they have fond memories of these sorts of things. I came out of a family that was way too blue collar to afford too many creamsicles. So creamsicles is not exactly high up on my childhood memories of good times. So it's a nice flashback for a person like me. For a person like my wife, she loves it, but she wants to combine it with other creamsicle-based cocktails in hopes to make them more creamsicle. There was I forget what it was called, but she tried it last night with this. Obviously, you guys see the bottles, partially drank. But it did its job. It made this creamsicle from, I forget what company it was, but it was just a cocktail mix. You shake it up, you pour it, and that's the end of it. But it was a creamsicle base, and this really added to it. So if you know of any creamsicle cocktails, this is a definite use. Definitely don't use them on that. I'm curious how it would be with a soda that has like a vanilla bent to it, or just flat out a soda. So it would be a Coke and just a Coke and creamsicle. Let's see how that will come out. But as it is, it's nice. It brings back flashbacks of the era when a creamsicle was a wonderful treat. Excuse me, as when you were a child of the '80s. But that alcohol finish to it kind of brings you back to reality. For instance, I have a love for, and now of course I can't think of it. Oh, eggnog. I have a love for eggnog. You add alcohol to it, can't stand it. It's that alcohol finish that just makes it wrong by my taste buds. This is the same way. It starts off with a great creamsicle, and the guys at Captain Morgan, good job on making a creamsicle. But it's the alcohol finish that ruins it for me. Just like a hard eggnog. The alcohol finish ruins it for me. So, try it. See what you guys think. Maybe you're not quite as bitter and evil as I am, where you have fonder memories of creamsicles. This will really go your way if you really love creamsicles. I myself just found them to be okay and bought this to share amongst friends who I know have a love for that particular part of their childhood. Give it a try. See if you might have that love, or hell, it may just spark it, or just try. See what you think. This is Captain Morgan. Orange vanilla twist, creamsicle style. Any comments down below would be warmly accepted, or better yet, go out, buy it, try it yourself, and let the rest of us in the YouTube spirits community, know your thoughts on this, and maybe spark off more different types of debates. But either way, do it that way. Support all products, good or bad. Maybe, I don't know. But creamsicle or not, until next time, keep on drinking.